Hello there and happy Friday, everybody. Wake up and win. I raise my coffee cup to y'all as we're going to talk about generational blessings, generational gifts, generational wealth, generational goodness, because we talk a lot about generational curses. And we're going to talk a little bit about that, but the main focus is to also shift into the blessings. Again, there's so much and I know it's because of the time of the year and we're in the dark portion of the year too, and so a lot of cleansing, detoxing, decluttering, and that's important. But it's still so important to remember that law of replacement and the balancing of the cleansing with the rejuvenation, right? So we have to, yes, we have to be aware of generational curses or just unhealthy patterns that have been passed down. Unhealthy ways of thinking, unhealthy ways of living, being, all that stuff. But we also have to claim the blessings and the gifts too that were obviously present in our families, in our family members, in the generations before us. And the only reason this curse exists is because we have let those patterns continue. Okay? So on this beautiful day of Venus, of divine prosperity, as we enter Sagittarius season, and we are shifting from that new moon energy and really bursting forward, light into darkness, I challenge you to really look at, what are these curses? How are they showing up in your life right now? And what is the blessing you're avoiding also by not breaking these curses? I'll give you an example. I was talking to my husband about this the other day, actually. And I was talking to him about his dad, who was an amazing artist. So talented. Like, ridiculously talented. And genuinely wanted to do something with it. Professionally, I believe. And could have. But allowed the voices of others doubting him, telling him, you'll never make money doing that. He didn't get a lot of support. He was supported by, Brian's mom, by Brian. But growing up, there wasn't a lot of support there around that. And that became a voice in his head. And so this isn't to say, though, that he stopped being talented. That's his blessing. That's his gift. Right? But that blessing was avoided because of the curses of doubt and the beliefs around that art and the beliefs around that profession and the beliefs around his skills and his talents and his abilities. Those are the curses because those are things that his family members carried with them about possibly their own gifts that they avoided. And so this curse of putting the gifts on the back burner, avoiding the talent, avoiding the skill, and using it and living and thriving in it continued. And so that's something that my husband is constantly chipping away at, is making sure that he doesn't continue that curse and remembers, no, you have the blessing, though. Now you just have to encourage it. You have to feed it. You have to nourish it. You have to do something with it. Break these curses so the blessing can thrive. It doesn't take away from the blessing of your talent. And that's going for you too. What are the blessings you have that you are blocking, that you are suffocating with the curses you're avoiding breaking? What are the curses? Or, like I said, just poor habits, poor beliefs, poor inner dialogue, all of that stuff. What are the curses that you can start working on right now to break the spell and to elevate your already present blessings? You have skills, you have blessings, you have abilities, you have talents, and you have so much available to you that you could very likely be avoiding because of these curses, these habits, these belief systems, these patterns. So we break the curses because the blessing needs room to grow. Not because we need to sit and wallow in the curses, not because we need to sit and feel heavy, like, oh, this is something that's just running my family. Well, it can stop with you. You say it ran into my family till it ran into me. Because I have all these blessings in my life. I am a living testimony of all my ancestors' hard work and prayers and suffering, and I'm here for a reason. So it's definitely not to continue these shitty patterns. You know? Now, yes, does it suck that you have to potentially be the one to break all of these habits, or at least a good chunk of them in your lifetime? Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. It's not worth it just to kind of settle and default, because you think you're safe that way, but you're not. You're settling. And you're settling for stuff that doesn't elevate you just because it feels comfortably familiar. It's not even comfortable. When you really think of the true definition of comfort, it's not even a comfortable existence. So why? Pick your pain. Pick your discomfort, because both are going to be a little uncomfortable, one more than the other. But one's discomfort is actually disguised as a personal trainer that is going to condition you to become better. Whereas the other one is a discomfort you will live with and be disabled by for the rest of your life. So you choose. Ultimately, this is your choice. This is just my soul-to-soul message to you that you can choose differently, and choice is your superpower. And you can look at the mistakes of yesterday as golden nuggets of wisdom for today. And that's how you can start breaking these curses and accepting and nurturing and maintaining your blessings, because you have them. They're here. You just need to make room for them. Have a good weekend.